Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Redmen TV and your latest edition of Expert Insight. I'm delighted to say I'm joined once again by a familiar face to Liverpool fans and indeed you guys. It is Joao Carlos Teixeira. Joao, how are you doing, mate? You okay?
I'm good, thank you. And you then?
Good man. Yeah, I'm sound. Thanks. I'm good. We're joined again because when I was looking at names of players, recognisable names of players that have played under Arne Slot, the man who's about to become Liverpool manager, I came across you once again, just as I did with Ruben Amorim. So here we go. You were at Feyenoord when Arne arrived at the football club a
Yeah.
few years ago now. What were your first impressions of him? How did he come into the club? Because obviously it's a difficult thing to arrive as a new manager or a new player anywhere. How did he
Yeah.
immediately sort of deal with the group and how did he deal with the pressure of becoming a new manager?
At the time, I didn't know him. I knew he was in AZ Alkmaar before, but he did a great job there. And then he just comes. The final wasn't like in a great shape, let's say, because you know we weren't in a good place. And then he just suddenly comes, and he was a very, I could say, he's a very easy guy, easygoing, like very easy to talk, very nice guy. Very honest as well, very straightforward. But at the same time, he knew exactly what he wanted. So basically, from the first time, he knew exactly what he want from the team, how does he want the team to play. So I could see that um, he was like completely ready for that job at the time in final because I didn't know him at the time. And I can say that I learned so much, and I didn't play much with him, to be honest. I didn't play much because preseason started. I broke my foot. Then how was he going, and the team was flying. So I didn't play much with him. But he was a great learn from me from the to be honest from the bench. I learned so much with this guy, and in training. Uh, Probably one of the most in my life because he was great.
Interesting. Okay, I was going to ask you, obviously, you only made a handful of appearances, and obviously, injury played a part in that. A lot of your time was unfortunately from the bench. I
Yeah,
mean, how did he deal with you? Because to keep players motivated, certainly players that aren't playing must be difficult, but you speak really well of him there, and to sort of keep you happy and part of the group and part of the squad, that's a skill in itself.
yeah, because basically he was very straightforward from the beginning. So every time I spoke to him or every time he spoke to me, we were very clear to each other. So I told him my what I thought about it. He told me what he thought about it, and we were very clear. When you don't agree with sometimes, but you are in very clear waters. And that was my motivation. So basically, he was very straight with me. I was with him. We could have a nice conversation. And then the things just went through. And I train every day, 100%. I don't think he has nothing to say about it. And he was always like, treat me so well, even if I wasn't playing or not. So he was always very serious and respectful with me. And like I told you, in training and even in the games, but more in training because in training is when you really train and when you practice for the games. I learned so much with him, the way he defends, the way he attacks, the way he wants the team, the intensity he puts on it. So, like I said, I read the news that he could become the manager. Of course, Ruben Amorim is Portuguese, but I never worked with him. Of course, for me, it would be great pleasure for him to be there. But I have no doubt this guy is gonna do a great job.
Interesting. Okay, you mentioned there sort of the way he likes his team to set up and the way he wants them to be defensively and stuff like that. I mean, from your time with him, what was his style? What were his principles when it comes to football? Was he very attack minded? What was sort of his mantra, if you like?
Yeah, was attack minded. So high pressure, big team things like high pressure, very high defensive line, but at the same time always worried with defensive side. Like you can defend when you are attacking. If you are in the right position, yeah, you're in the right spot, you can straight away get the ball from it. And so basically, it was a very high standards and very positive football, let's say attacking football. But at the same time, he was very careful and very minutious on the details with defensive side as well. And his daily basis was nice as well. His exercising training, he was like was everything was very intensity, with a lot of intensity in training and very hard work every day. But at the same time, wasn't boring, or it was different, and it could give us a lot of options, and actually was fun. And you could enjoy the daily training in train when, because sometimes you do all the time the same, and but wasn't the case. So was nice, but very strong intensity. And the preseason, I remember, was hard as well.
Was it? Yeah, really hard.
Yeah. It was hard. I wouldn't say really, really hard, but more harder than the normal, let's say.
That's fair enough. And it's important, as you say there, to keep it fresh, to keep mixing it up, and to keep it fun, because you're right, it can become boring and monotonous if you're doing the same thing day in, day out. So sounds like he's got his training methods down to a T there.